Boom! Hello everybody and welcome to That's Football. We're back. We're back for the bloody Euros. Let's have it. I'm happy to be back. I hope you're back as well. It's great to have the Euros back. I've said it's back, but because it is back, and if you didn't know it was back, it's back. And we're live. Yes, the Euros. The group stage has certainly lived up to the hype. There is no doubt about that. The Euros group stage has been good. But the Russian 2018 World Cup group stage was good too. And the knockout stage got a bit dull. We're starting with Italy, Switzerland. It's Germany, Denmark tonight. I'm with you for both of them. Remember, though, you could well be settling in for long games. Extra time and penalties are possible. And inevitably, we will get them at some point in this knockout stage. Really interesting set of games tonight. Germany have got to live up to the hype of being the host. And it's always good for the host to stay into a tournament. But from an English winning it point of view, I'd like to see Denmark get a job done. And they're certainly capable of doing it as well. Switzerland, Italy. Well, I've got Switzerland in my sweepstake. And I actually think they've got dark horse ability. Whereas Italy, to me, just don't look like they're up for it. And also, let's not forget, the winner of Italy-Switzerland will play England, because we will beat Slovakia tomorrow. I can't believe people are even contemplating that Slovakia have got anything against us tomorrow. I mean, we might bore people, but we'll still win. I'm confident in that. Anyway, this is going to be an intense 2 games, says Kevin Carter. Thank you very much to MKF for being a member. No, a moderator, actually. Good afternoon. Kyle's a member, and he's saying Swiss. I think this is going to be a great game, says Video Gamers. Well, we're sponsored by Manscaped. Don't forget what Manscaped is. Trim the grass to make the yard look bigger. I actually don't feel ashamed to say I used this 2 days ago. On myself, obviously, but I did. I used it on myself 2 days ago. It was hot. I thought, I haven't used that for a while. I meant this, not that. I use that all the time. But this is the lawnmower. Trim the grass to make the yard look bigger. 20% off and free worldwide shipping, which means it gets shipped to you for free, plus 20% off the price with the code FOOTY, exclusively delivered to your door through the That's Football. Check it out with the code FOOTY. Brilliant bit of kit. There's loads more I can show you in a moment as well, kit-wise. But let's talk about the teams. Let's talk about the game. Also need a bit of help with you on the stream. I'll tell you in a minute. We've got a poll going about who's going to go through, Italy or Switzerland as well. We're going to get interactive as always. But let's just have a quick look at these teams. And we're going to start off with many people's obsession in relation to a certain player who plays for Italy. Now, they went very different against Croatia. What has he done this time? He's sort of gone a bit of a mixed, to be honest, because he has changed the team quite a lot. I wasn't aware, and look, maybe somebody can tell me where Barella is, because he ain't in the bloody lineup, so I don't know what that's all about. Is he gone mad? What's wrong with Barella? Is he in the team or not? Oh, Barella is in the team. Bloody hell, I was like, what? I couldn't see his name. Okay, so they've gone Donnarumma in goal, Darmian, Bastoni, Mancini, Di Lorenzo. No, yeah, I'm getting confused here. Where's bloody Calafiori? What the hell? He's not. Am I blind here? No, he's not in the team. Must be injured. Fratessi's on the bench. Jorginho's on the bench. Pellegrini's on the bench. They've all started in previous games. DeMarco's on the bench. Mate, this Spalletti changes his team a lot. He really does. He's suspended. Calafiori got suspended with the 2 yellow card rule, Mark. Oh, I didn't even pick up on that in the Croatia game. So, is he playing a back 5? Di Lorenzo, Bastoni, Mancini, Darmian, Barella, Cristante, Fagiola, Al-Shrari, Scamacca, Chiesa. It's a much changed Italian team again. There is no two ways about it. It is a much changed Italian team. In relation to the Swiss team, let me get that up on the screen for you as well. I think this is the problem with Italy. It's almost the opposite of what the problem is with England. England have been crap, but Southgate only changes one player per team, whereas Spalletti changes his team quite a lot. Yeah, some people would say that Italy are going through a very, transformative stage. But I think it's quite an attacking lineup about Switzerland. Embolo obviously playing as well. Ndoye, Vargas in behind. Xhaka in the midfield. We know the likes of... well, actually, where is the... I'll tell you what, BBC, you can just do one. Absolutely rubbish the way you do your team. I'm paying my licence fee and you're crap. You're absolutely crap at the way you put team news out. I'm going to Google, right? Okay, Sommer, Shah, Akanji, Rodriguez, Abisha, Freuler, Xhaka, Ryder, and then Vargas, Ndoye, and Embolo. Yeah, they'll definitely be using wing backs as normal. And Italy are playing with a back four with Fajola, Cristante, and Barella in the midfield. Yeah, interesting. Interesting how this game's going to go, I think. Look, I think on Italy, it's really... Look, I've played the game, and I think with Italy, it's very, very easy to write them off. They were sort of written off in the 94 World Cup and made it all the way to the final. So they're more than capable of, doing what England probably will do if we're going to be honest, and that is grind your way out to the final and then suddenly you've got a chance to win something. Italy very rarely are firing on all cylinders, and they might well be a team that, finds their way through. From an English point of view, I'd probably rather play Italy. I think mentally England would feel Italy's a bigger game, a bit of a grudge from the last Euros final. Motivation might be there, whereas Switzerland, I think we would go into it thinking we're favourites, and actually they're a good, well-drilled team. So I think Switzerland would probably represent more problems for England. Having said that, if Italy knock them out, then it will be quite interesting. I think that this might be quite a low-scoring game. Actually, that's my feeling. I think it suits Italy to be, defensively well set up, but they don't look like they've got loads of goals in them for me. Both Guehi and Jude said that the opinions of those outside the stadiums don't matter. Is this a premeditated dig at you? Says Tamrilik. If they've said those things, I've not read them. And so I wouldn't even understand what that means, Tam. So basically, if you haven't got a ticket to a football match, your opinions don't matter. That would be one of the stupidest things Jude Bellingham has ever said in his career if he said that. And I very much doubt that he said it, because where do you think you get your Adidas deal from, mate? Where do you think you get your followers from, mate? They don't all go to the game. And also, those people who go to the game pay thousands of pounds to follow England around to watch shit. Everybody's entitled to an opinion. Nobody's not entitled to an opinion at the end of the day. Hi, Mark. What do you think of... why do you want to alienate English football fans or football fans in general? Yeah, I don't know what that would all be. Look, at the end of the day, you've played shit. You've played absolute shit, and you deserve the criticism. Maybe tonight, remove your head from your arse and go and have a chat with Anthony Gordon, who gets it. Anthony Gordon said, I take criticism as a positive, because if people are being critical, it's because they believe we're better. And if they believe we're better, that means, they think we are good enough. So that's the way it is. Switzerland and Romania to win, says the Hugh lads. And Amir says, what do you think of Archie Gray to Brentford? Ornstein just announced, and Anthony Gordon potentially to Liverpool. Well, Archie Gray to Brentford would be an interesting deal. Is he going to be the next big thing or not? But I think Anthony Gordon going to Liverpool would be an absolutely amazing signing. And I don't know what that does for Newcastle, the richest club in the world that's got to sell their best player to comply with FFP. I mean, this didn't happen with Man City, did it? So I'm confused as to why Newcastle would be doing a deal like that with Anthony Gordon when they only bought him 18 months ago. And also, Anthony Gordon was at Everton 18 months ago. So it doesn't make any sense at all. But football doesn't always make sense. But yeah, it doesn't make sense to me. But what I would say is, if he wanted to go to, if he did go to Liverpool, I think he'd be a very, very, very good signing. But yeah, I don't know whether it would happen or not. 59% of you at the moment in the vote have got Italy winning the game. Interesting. Let me just have a quick look here. What's going on? But it's great to have the Euros back. I'm really looking forward to these games tonight. We will get 2 quarterfinalists, of course, one way or another. Let's have a look here. I don't know what that's all about. Oh, okay, this is that Jude Bellingham thing. Jude Bellingham says England want to draw on the energy from the fans in Germany as they prefer. You draw on them for energy, especially towards the end of a game, and you hear them singing and chanting. You can play at a level that's not your normal or your best, but the important thing when you're wearing the badge and this shirt is you're representing them and you don't give up. I know there's a lot of negativity outside the camp and the stadiums, but I feel when we get in the stadium, it's so different. I think it's important as teammates and as a team, we remember that the ones in the stadium are the ones who are going to give us the energy, so don't worry about those who aren't there. We've got to keep using that energy and that feeling that we get from them to be successful in this tournament. Yeah, I mean, he's not saying that... I mean, basically, he's just saying that the energy that they're getting is from the people in the stadium, which I completely agree with. If you want to ignore the other noise, then do it at your peril, because you're playing shit, lads. You are playing shit. If you want to pretend that you're playing well, that's absolutely fine. The people in the stadium, you know, generally are very, very supportive, but then the people in the stadium were booing Southgate and throwing mugs at him, cups at him. So, look, at the end of the day, crap footballers get criticised for not playing well enough. It happens in Germany, it happens in Brazil, it happens in Italy, it happens in Spain. These things happen. If we want to have an English team that's full of snowflakes who are terrified, you know, just want to be praised for not being good enough, then what's the point in having a selection process for England? You know, you pick 22 players who are meant to be the best players in England. Why not we just do a rota like they do, you know, at school sports day? Maybe one international break, we'll pick that set of players, and then you've had your chance, and we'll rotate it out to another 22. It's either this is what the players don't get, and Southgate don't get. They don't want the criticism, but they don't understand why the criticism is there. You are meant to be the elite players from England, and that is what we're meant to be watching, and it's crap. So if you want us just to be nice to you all the time, then let's remove the competitive element and just say, yeah, it's just everybody has a go. They're just having a go, and then we'll pick a different 22 players for the next England game and a different 22 players for the next England squad, and we'll just share it out in a really fair way. And I'm sure a lot of people would vote for that shit in an election, but my stance is England is meant to be competing for trophies, and therefore it is elite sport, and therefore if you're shit, you don't get picked, and if you're good enough, you do. And therefore, if you are good enough to get picked for England and you don't play well, then you should get criticised, because why are you playing so shit? That's how it works. Regarding Gordon, would a former toffee be received well at Anfield, says Jetro. The only player I can think of that's gone Liverpool, Everton, or vice versa, Peter Beardsley did it years ago. And funnily enough, he played for Newcastle a bit as well. I don't know how Liverpool fans would receive it, but he wouldn't be received well by Everton fans. Yeah. I played the game, says JJ. Let's go Italy, Southgate out. Let us not forget 0-0 versus America at the World Cup. I'm American and we had no business shutting out England, says JJ. Thank you very much. Thoughts on Elanga to Newcastle, Mark, says Sir Jim. Nick Barmby did it as well, says the Naz. I think with Elanga to Newcastle, I haven't really been keeping an eye on it massively today, because I was at Seb's presentation today and he won Supporters Player of the Year. Not that they get loads of people watching, but you know, I think that with regards to Manchester United, sorry, with regards to Alanga, if he was going to Newcastle, it might be an interesting deal. But I also haven't seen it, so I can't really comment on it. If you're going for Alanga, look, Newcastle's recruitment's been very, very good. You can't deny that. Anthony Gordon, Isak, Bruno G, they've done very, very well. There's no doubt about that. They've done very, very well in their recruitment. And if they see something in Alanga, wouldn't surprise me if he went to Newcastle and did really, really well. There's no doubt about that. But I think it's like I say, I haven't seen anything about it, so I can't really comment on it, if I'm being honest about it. I'm having a look there. Look, I was speaking to an Aston Villa fan last night, and we were talking about the Alanga stories being run by the Daily Mail, says MKF. So I was talking to a Villa fan last night, and something's going wrong with FFP and profit and sustainability rules. Clearly, get rid of that chewing gum. I shouldn't be chewing gum while I'm talking. Something's going wrong with financial fair play and PSR, because Aston Villa qualify for the Champions League, an amazing achievement, and then they've got to sell their best player in Douglas Luiz to be compliant. It's just stupid. Newcastle have got to sell Bruno Guimaraes or Anthony Gordon to compete, and yet Man City are getting stronger by the year. Oh, we'll just buy another £100 million player. So anybody that might be a contender is having to sell players to be compliant, and you've got this other club that's just, you know, not had to do that for 15 years, and is now the most compliant team in the league, and will just get stronger. So yeah, I think there's an imbalance at the moment with the way things are working. But yeah, it will be interesting to see how it pans out. Okay, get your comments. Oh, I tell you what I do need. I'm getting a dog next month, which will make its debut on the show. I'll show you it. But I'm getting a dog next month. It's a female dog. Not my choice. I didn't really mind which way it goes, but matters not with a dog. But need a name. We need a name. I wanted to call it Lila because I like the song, and I could go, hey, Lila. But need a good dog name. Can't call it Messi or anything like that because yeah. But I need a name. Yeah, getting a bitch. Yes. Yeah. Lots of people like dogs, so yeah. Goldie for a girl. No, doesn't really work. So we'll go through those. What breed of dog is it? Jack Russell, little dog, little shit. Not the dog's not a little shit. I mean, just little dog means little shit. It's little smaller walks. So, did you hear Ten Hag is going for someone from Ajax as GP? Okay, I think you're just trying to be funny, but it didn't work. So we'll move on. I'll help you. Yes, there was something I was going to do. Rosie. Little bit too effeminate, that. I like something a little bit more umph, you know? A little bit more umph. Anyway, look, we're back for the Euros. Thanks everybody who's tuning in. We're very excited about this. We've got Italy against Switzerland. I'm going to give you my definitive now on this. And I think that I'm going to go... Thing is, I've always had a soft spot for Italy for obvious reasons, and I would love Italy to, you know, start playing well. And I thought they looked good against Albania, and Albania weren't terrible, so I thought they did quite well. But I thought against Spain, they got absolutely dominated. Croatia, it was, you know, very 50-50, and I didn't massively rate Croatia. Italy have got to go through the gears, really, if they're going to, you know, get through this. I really, really hope that what we get is a Swiss performance that, is in keeping with what we've seen from Switzerland so far. I thought their first half against Hungary was very good. And I thought they played very well against Germany, So Scotland, they weren't really, I was surprised they drew with Scotland, really, if I'm being completely honest. So I'm hoping that we get a really good Swiss performance where they're progressive, because what I don't want to see are boring games, and the group stage can become quite boring. So I want to see a good game today, and I think most of that is going to come down to the way the Swiss approach it, because from what I've seen of Italy so far, I think they're quite reactive to what they're doing. When they played against Albania wanted to play counter-attacking football, but also Albania scored first, and I think that made Italy open up. I think against Spain wanted loads of the ball, and that made Italy sit back. And then I think against Croatia, Italy knew a draw would be good, so they sort of sat back as well. So I think if Switzerland can start well and score, it will open up the game. Yeah. What about skulls for the dog? Maggie. I do like Maggie. Hold on, Pip. What about Maggie for the dog?
I said Maggie before as well, and I really like Maggie.
Seb says no, it's a little bit... This is going to be fun. I'll just keep going and asking. Mrs. Goldbridge said, I like Maggie. Seb said, it's a bit too much like a fish. So Maggie's been rejected. We're looking for a name for a dog. Yeah. Can I have a goal scorer to put a fiver on, Mark Hessen? Embolo. Definitely. Embolo. Yeah. How about Bridget, says Sean. It's a bit long for a dog. See, Maggie is like 2 syllables. Bridget is 2 syllables, but for me, I just don't think that works. Lulu makes it sounds like a toilet. If you've got any agony bridge problems as well, I know I'm using you. You need to call her Maple, says Yania. I'm not getting any good vibe with that at all. Ruby's okay. Lila got a good song for that, says Dorian. Yeah. Oh, I tell you what, I was in Worcester on Thursday night. Now, I don't always tell you what I'm doing because I don't really need to, but I'd had this planned for a couple of weeks because I'd been doing so much streaming for the Euros group stage. The group stage finished on Wednesday, so I'd booked Thursday night, me and the missus, to Worcester. Just get in the car, go to Worcester, stay in a hotel, have great fun, and go for a meal and then come back. And we did that. And yeah, it was great. But we spent most of the time in the pub talking about dog names, which was a nice release. Which I then got a bit later in the... No, anyway, we're not going to go there. It's not even 5 o'clock. Bonnie, says Gems. Bonnie. Makes me think of that striker who used to play up front for Swansea. And that's the problem. You'll come up with a good name, and I'll know someone from school or a footballer that I didn't like, and that's it. It's gone. Call your dog Keith, says Taylor. The dogs are Jack Russell, Rudolph the Red, and Busby after Samat. Yeah, it's a girly. Glenn C says Sue. Sue. Yeah, I like that. Sue. Rahul says, Mark, is it fair to say that you are the Pep of content creators? Everyone who left United Stand now does podcasts with the likes of Rio and Anton. I don't know what that even means, Rahul. I don't know what that means. I genuinely would love to answer your question, but I don't even know what that means. Katie, yeah. Ripper, sounds horrible. Muffin. Well, may as well just call it Chuff. Chuffy. Chuff. Anyway, the players are in the tunnel, which is great. From Chuff to tunnel. The players are in the tunnel. Big Booty says, let's go Italy. Endoy to score. Lovely stuff. We love that. Yeah, definitely. Nelly, Summer, and Maya are good names. Maya's nice. Maya. Yeah, I want something that's a bit, Kathy Bates. If you've ever seen that film. Got something about her. What's the name of the girl in Kill Bill? That'll do. Growler, says Jordan. Meggie. 2 weeks, Steely. Bella. Suki. Debbie. I may as well call it Sharon. Not Jim White's dog, says GP. Fergie. Betty. Paula. Ursula. As a dog. Lacey. Ali. Muffin. Scarlett. Cloppo. Sammy. Maribel. Nani. Dory. Suey. Yeah, I'm not taking any of it. Call it Gail or Deirdre, says Robster. Harriet, after Seb's favourite player, Harry, says Glenn C. Mark, would you say UV is your second favourite team, says Dave? I would say so. I would say so, but only for historical reasons. Anyway, we are ready to go here. I hope you're all very excited, because I certainly am. Manchester United. United stand will be at 7 o'clock, yes. We'll be doing that in between the... Well, unless this goes to... what do you call it? Extra time or penalties. Hey there, Delia. God, it's so interesting. Oh, that's just so interesting. So interesting reading all that. Right. It's so good to have the Euros back, though, isn't it? I mean, I'm not faking this. I'm so excited. And I hope you are as well. I really am. I'm really, really... Peggy. Makes me think of pegging. They started it with the chat. Look, I can. If you give me a name, I will give you a thought on it. Greek myth is strong. My dog is Cora. Rhea is good too. Cora makes me think of Corey, which I think is another word for a chuff. Rudolph the Red says, that was from AJ Everhart as well. Rudolph the Red says, Bella, Daisy, Lucy, Lily, Luna, Zoe, Molly. Daisy. Seb, got 6 names for you to come and have a look at. Quick, before it starts. I'm going to give you... Right, son. Right. Bella.
Yep.
Daisy.
Yep.
Lucy.
Yeah.
Lily.
Yep.
Luna.
Yeah.
Zoe.
Yeah.
Molly.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Good.
Oh, I think I like Molly. Take it back to the family, see what they say. Call it Yappy. What was that other one? What was that other one I liked? Pepper. I like Pepper. You don't like it because he thinks Peppa Pig. Snoopy. Coco. Molly's quite good. There was another one. Brittany. Lila. Lots of people like Lila. Pippa.
Yeah.
Pippa?
Pippa.
What do you think about that?
Yeah.
You're very non-committal. What are you thinking about? Something else?
I'm not. I'm trying to think of another name.
Yeah, we're not calling it Adolf, Connor. What was that? What was that? Molly and Pippa.
Did you say it's a girl?
You know it's a girl.
Yeah, but did you put it on a...
Go on, take them back to Mummy. Molly and Pippa. What do you think about which one of them?
Oh, Pippa.
Take that one back then. Tell me what happens. We're literally coming up. We're literally defining a dog's future on a watch along in front of 7,000 people. I should write some of these down, but I don't have my pen. Somebody's nicked my pen. We like that. Yeah. It's like the general election, this. At the moment, this community is helping name a dog, and I can tell you at the moment, Pippa and Maggie, which work really well with the Jack Russell, if you've ever seen it, are winning at the moment. Bart says, what's your prediction for the game? I'm going to go Switzerland 3-1. I haven't been impressed with Italy so far, dominated by Spain, and Switzerland have been pretty good. That's from Bart. Yeah, I'm going to go Switzerland, but we're in the minority, Bart, because the chat has Italy 60% to win. Lovely stadium here. This is where the final is going to be played, isn't it? I believe we're in Berlin. Berlin in Germany. If you didn't know, this whole tournament is being played in Germany. And if you didn't know that, what have you been doing for the last 2 weeks? Because every bloody game's been in Germany. But we're in Germany. It's in Berlin. And this is where the final will be played. But this is not the final. This is the round of 16. And we are ready, set. We are ready, set. Referee have ruined it. I'd been building towards that. We are in Germany, Berlin, and we're ready, set, go. There we go. There we are. Love it. Maya says NAU. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Good contributions by everybody. Call it Karen Carney, yappy and annoying, says D92. They're on the attack straight away. Oh, I'd love a goal straight away. I will love a goal straight away. Open it up. Oh, I'm so glad to have the Euros back. I think you need that break, don't you? I think if it went I think the World Cup, one of the tournaments, they don't break until, or maybe they do, but I think you do need that little break. Oh, I tell you what, if you'd have switched the play there, the Swiss player on the left-hand side was lovely. Mark, you're chubby. You're as chubby as my dog, says Irish. But I'm genuinely not chubby, so you're talking out your arse again, haven't you? Irish lads have arrived. But early corner for Switzerland. They've started on the front foot. Remember Goldbridge's tactical advice? I've said this. Italy are reactionary. If they play a team that sits back, they'll attack. If they play a team that goes on the front foot, they'll counter. But early corner here for Switzerland. Up it goes. It's a good one. And it's headed away by, I think it was Bastoni. But I'll tell you what I'm looking forward to later. Coldplay, Galatasaray. I keep doing it! I've done it again! I was drunk last night and I was telling to Mrs. I says, come on, look, I've put Galatasaray on. She was like, I don't want to watch football. And I meant Glastonbury. And now I can't stop doing it. Coldplay at Glastonbury tonight, live. 10 o'clock. Nothing wrong with being chubby, Mark, says Robert. I know, but I'm just not. Call it Fergie, says Hulls. Thank you very much for your super chats. You can do that through the $sign. If you want to become a member, by the way, and get your badge in the chat, like BC, thank you very much. J-Lo says, Maggie reminds me of Meghan Markle. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? You know, if it's a good thing, you're going to be very happy with it. If it's a bad thing, you just won't take it for a walk. Which would be cruel. Switzerland start. You remember Goldbridge has got their Swiss in his sweepstake. So Shakiri works as a name for a dog. Shakira. I'm looking forward to watching Coldplay tonight. I'll have a couple of cold ones for Coldplay and just sit and watch it. What do you think of these one colour strips, says Kenneth? Honestly, I think I'd like to see Italy in a white pair of shorts. Start, bench, sell, Ainsley Harriott, Gordon Ramsay, Greg Wallace. Well, I'll sell Greg Wallace because he's no good in the kitchen. He just eats everything, doesn't he? And I don't mean because he's greedy, but that's what he does on MasterChef. I don't think he's much of a cook. Ainsley, I'll probably keep on the bench. You know, he's a good, safe pair of hands and a bit of a laugh. But Ramsey's got to be starting. He would be the winner. Switzerland on the attack here. Some good play down that left-hand side. Cross comes in and it's a good. I'll tell you what. I will say this. Switzerland, in the first few minutes here, have put 2 really good crosses into the box. One from a corner and one from open play by Vargas there. And I think he's having a good game so far. Only 25, and he's got something about him. Rodriguez, I've got to check his age. He's been playing for ages. They're in again here. I tell you what, there could have been 2 penalties there for Italy, for Switzerland, but there's none. Who does Vargas play for, Mark? I believe he plays in the Bundesliga, but I can't remember what team he plays for. Is there any actual beer in Canada called Cold Ones? Mark, there is an actual beer in Canada called Cold Ones, says Bran. Lovely stuff. Augsburg, says Tanishk. Thank you very much. Swiss are all over the Italians here. Yeah. I tell you what, this is what I mean. England will play the winner of this game. And if we beat Slovakia, which we will tomorrow at 5, join me live to be smug about that. But I think the thing about Switzerland is, and it's similar to Austria, is that they've actually got a system. And that's a dangerous thing. Balance system. We've seen it so many times in this tournament so far. Italy have got to start getting some possession because they look very, very fragmented at the moment. For me, Kane looks overweight and really off it, says Goldio. Nevster will be in here in a minute if you're not careful. Anything to do with overweight, and he's there. He was on the United stand this morning. Wake up, Maggie, I think I've got something to say to you. The door is open and it's time to go outside for a poo. See, that's what I could do. Margot, oh, I don't know about that. I think the wife might start to think there's something going on. Irish lads there again. Are you sure about that, Mark? Thank you very much for the super chats. Come on, the Swiss, says Lee Berman. Well, it's been a good start from the Swiss. Moving the ball around nicely. Oh, I was going to just have a quick look, wasn't I? Rodriguez. How old is Rodriguez? Get your guesses in without cheating. I'm going to say 35. 31. Bloody hell. He's doing well then. I feel like he's been around for years, Ricardo Rodriguez. Plays for Torino now. He does feel like he's been playing a very long time. But it's still Swiss here, getting hold of the ball. Jacques has had a great season as well, hasn't he? I mean, I just think he's a fan. You know what? I think Xhaka is a fantastic player at the moment. Like, Leverkusen was so good last year. He's the captain's armband. Switzerland looked good. He's in that team. I just think he's in the... I mean, it's hard to say he's in his prime at his age, but he's just loving football and he's right at the top, isn't he? He's doing so well at the moment. It really is impressive, and good luck to him as well. You know, I'm here to sort of praise that sort of thing, and yeah, he's doing great, really, really good. But they're dictating the play here. Have we got the stats, early stats up on the board, please? Yes, let's do it. 77% possession. Bloody hell. They ain't messing about. They ain't messing about. I'll tell you that for free. That's another foul by Italy. What do you think about the Copa America? I'll be honest, I've not played a lot of interest in it. Barella's gone down injured here. I think he's just caught the back of his leg. I think that's a dead leg. I don't think he's pulled anything. You don't want to lose Barella. He's the last player you want to lose. Do 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 do. Love to have the Euros back. Manscaped, 20% off, free worldwide shipping. Do not forget that we're sponsored by Manscaped on the show. While Barella is injured here, he's looking fine. But do not forget, we're sponsored by Manscaped. The lawnmower delivered to your door for free with 20% off the code footy. Links in the description. Scan the QR code. We've also got things like the Handyman, which is charged up and ready to go. It will shave you down to a clean shave. Or if you want a bit of stubble, they've got the beard trimmer, which has got 11 different lengths on it. Fantastic. But that's the star of the show. In the midfield, down there, lawnmower. Trim the grass to make the yard look bigger. 20% off. Free worldwide shipping with Manscaped. Check it out with that code footy, exclusive to you on That's Football. Barella's in trouble here. It looked like an impact injury to me, but it does look like he is in a bit of problems here. Referee's waving another foul there on the edge of the box for Switzerland. Do 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 do. Yeah, United stand at 7 unless this goes to extra time. I've got a feeling that this ain't got extra time in it at all. I mean, Italy are offering very little in the way of attack at the moment. And unfortunately, I just think what everybody was saying about Italy pre-tournament is true. They're just not at the level they need to be. Holders, of course, but they're not playing very well in this tournament, apart from Albania. And as I said, they went down very early in that, didn't they? But they have always had, Italy, that bounce back ability. You know, the ability to stay in the game. Maybe they can do that again. Oh, Maggie, I couldn't have tried. Vargas has gone down. 2 Swiss players have gone down here. I tell you what, there's a lot of players going down here at the moment. Mark, your all-time England 11, says Goldio. I will do that. I'm just looking at this foul on Vargas. Ooh. I don't know what happened. Did the ball hit Vargas in the face? Thoughts on Radcliffe's comments about keeping all the power in the Prem within the top 6? Very arrogant, says Robbo. We're here to build a dynasty, mate, though. We're not here to build, you know, I've got to be honest. I'm going to be really blunt here. You know, school sports day, if you've ever had kids, some schools, no one wins the race. They run the race and everyone gets the first prize. I don't agree with that. It's sport, it's competitive, and you need to be taught in life that you won't always get the job, you won't always win the race. Life's not fair. And therefore, I'm not opposed to, you know, the best being the best. I don't think fairness in sport is going to work unless every league in the world does it. And I think that's what Sir Jim Radcliffe's saying, is that if we hinder the top clubs in this country, then the top clubs outside this country will take over. Everyone wants the moral path, but sometimes you've got to be a bit, you know, open-minded that you can't restrict Manchester United's revenue potential and, you know, make it be the same as Brentford, it's pointless. The Premier League is not the be all and end all, and you have to. The Premier League has become the best because it's been competitive. Mark, Andrew drew to Slovenia. How embarrassing, says Irish lad. England, yeah, okay. Are you older or younger than Perlo? How old's Perlo? And Joshua says, what's your three favourite football commentators? I mean, there's been a bit of a. I don't listen to it anymore, so I can't really say anybody from the modern day grabs my attention. I mean, I like Tilsley because of, I mean, what an icon. Solskjaer has won it. Motson was very good. Barry Davies was very good, but I think a lot of mine are dead. James Spencer's Danny Murphy on commentary. I mean, that guy just sounds miserable. Sounds like his bloody cat's died every time I hear him. He's a miserable, miserable person. I mean, I bet he's fun at parties, but yeah, the standard's crap. Oh, Italy with their first real chance. Put the cross in. They've won a corner. Rodriguez blocked it. I liked Martin Tyler, yes, Paul, but I'm going to do my all-time England 11 in a minute, Goldio, but I would say Italy scoring first in this game is probably not good for the actual entertainment value. I think Switzerland need to score first to bring Italy out. Italy, as I said, Italy are very reactive to what's going on. Louise O'Donoghue says, Mark, have a heart. They are kids. Who? I don't know what you're talking about. That's gone out. Robbo96 says, ITV giving lead commentary duties to Matterface and Dixon is a crime against humanity. Dixon is also a miserable git. Yeah, but you know what, Robbo? It's about time people actually started being honest about how they consume football. How many of you these days are sat watching football with no phone, just watching the game? Well, obviously, you 10,000 people aren't. People are watching the game in a very different way now. Right, we've got a 3v3. Is that the right pass? Go back to go forward. Italy have got the numbers back now. That's not a good ball. That could have been a good break there. I don't think people are watching football in the same way now. I could never sit and watch a game just listening to that, you know. The last time I listened to a game on commentary, free kick to Italy here, I just found it very, very frustrating. Very, very frustrating. I like the Arabic. Goldio, sorry. I like the Arabic. Can't get my words out. Galatasaray for Glastonbury. Arabic, I got it right. I like the Arabic commentator who shouts whenever there's a goal. Some guy who whispered Harvey Barnes equaliser. Both teams looking cagey, says Goldio. It will be fun if all Romano's sources come together to give him wrong info, like a Bonglahor in Cumbad talks to be keeper of the women's team, says Parker. All-time England 11 from Goldio, very, very quickly. I would say you've got to put... I would put Seaman in goal because I didn't see enough of Shilton. I think Shilton was too old when I saw him in Italia 90, so I put Seaman in goal. Gary Neville at right back. Ashley Cole's got to go at left back, although Stuart Pearce was very good at left back, actually. It's hard because I did like Pearce at left back, but I think Ashley Cole was probably better. Centre backs, I would say Terry and... It's either Ferdinand or Campbell. Italy, just wide. Midfield, you've got to have a holding midfielder. I'd probably say Paul Ince in that role. I'd like a midfield three of Ince, Gascoigne and Rooney. No, that wouldn't work. Ince, Gascoigne and Gerrard, I suppose. Or Scholes. But the thing is, they never played that well for England. It's hard to do it because you're picking players. It's meant to be England's all-time 11. Gerrard very rarely did it in an England shirt. So I'd say Ince, Gascoigne as a midfield two might work quite well. You'd need a 10. I'd have to put Beckham on the right. Maybe play Beckham in a 3. It's got to be Shearer up front. Yeah, you know, I've given up. I have given up. I can't. Chris Waddle would be on the wing. What wingers have we had that have actually been good? Chris Waddle was a really good winger. Brian Robson was two before my time, mate. I don't remember Robson playing for England. He was always injured. I put Beckham on the right, Waddle on the left, Shearer up front, and then I need someone to play with Gascoigne and Ince. But I'm telling you now, Scholes, I'll put Rooney in there probably. Rooney in 2004 is one of the best players I've ever seen. I've got to put Rooney in there. Which means no Gerrard, Lampard or Scholes, but I don't think they'd argue with that because they didn't play well for England. And I never saw Sir Bobby Charlton play, David, you bloody cheeky prat. Switch! Oh, one more pass and Swiss were in again. Yeah, I've got it. My midfield three would be Gascoigne, Ince and Rooney. And then Beckham on the right, Waddle on the left, Shearer up front. And people will moan about Lampard, Gerrard and Scholes, but we're talking about England's all-time 11. And those three didn't really do it for England. They're brilliant club players, but Rooney owned 04. Gascoigne owned Italia 90. Beckham was very good in an England shirt. So was Paul Ince. So was Shearer. And so was Chris Waddle. But you'll get some Zoom who goes, you've got to put Gerrard or Scholes in. And I go, no, you haven't. In an England shirt, no. No Fozzie in goal, disgusting, says Hulls. Why do you think Belgium persevere with Lukaku, says Kenneth? Mate, he could be top scorer. Gordon Banks for Mark. Yeah, piss off. Cheeky bastard. Goldio. On the attack again with Vargas. He's looked very dangerous so far. They haven't really got any big chances going yet, though. Italy defending quite well. This could be... I don't want a 0-0. I do not want a 0-0. Italy can't keep the ball to save their lives. Also, not asked you this before. Please do subscribe to the channel, bottom right-hand corner. We are on the road to trying to get to 1.9 million. We could do it tonight. 1.9 million. 1.19 million on the road. We're trying to get to 1.2 million by the end of the Euros, but we are heading towards 190,000. So that would change to 1.19, which would get us, you know, into that final straight of doing it in the knockout stage. So make sure you subscribe, bottom right-hand corner, and share the video. Absolute legends, as always. But we've had a good 22 minutes here so far, and but we've not really had any chances, have we? Not really had any chances. When we look at the stats so far, we've had one shot each, nothing on target, but it's been all Switzerland really with the ball, yet nothing happening chances-wise. But here we go. They've got options here. It's the wrong pass again. You know what's annoying me about Switzerland is they keep Freuler there. He's got two options on the left, and he goes to the right where there's not really an option. If I was the manager to Switzerland, I would say, you know, with the way you're going to pass it, just pass it the other way, because you keep passing the wrong way. What about Lineker over Shearer? Goal! What a save, Donnarumma! Oh my God, it should have been 1-0. It really should have been 1-0. Freuler shooting from distance. He's miles offside. Well, maybe Mbolo was offside as well. But that was a chance. That was a chance. And it was a big, big chance. He's in one-on-one. This has always been the problem with Mbolo. His chance conversion has always been questionable. And he should have scored there. He's basically one-on-one with a slight angle, and he's gone high around Donnaruma's hands. You've got to go low. Donnaruma's so big, you've got to go bottom corner with that. Fabrizio Romano retweeting the United stand. Boom. Love it. No, that was genuinely a little bit excited, but not as big as I made it. We'll be talking about that at 7 o'clock. Not the retweet, but the story. What do you think about the prison officer story? Ooh. I'll tell you what, they'll be queuing up to go in prison if that's what's happening. Here's Mbolo. He tries to shoot from 30 yards when he can't shoot from 5, and it hits the Italian defence. We need a Swiss goal here. He was onside, yeah. We need a Swiss goal here because although this is a bit better from Italy. Philip Roda, welcome to the Members Club. Thanks for getting your badge in. Did you see Stanley Matthews live? Mark says Mubin. Hilarious. Oh my God. Italy there. Into the box. Akanji with the block. Chiesa, who is the threat. Look at the way he weaves in and out here. Lovely run. And he wouldn't have gone in anyway. The keeper would have saved it. But Akanji's there just to put it out for a corner. Isaac to Chelsea, says CFC. How could they afford it? But who knows? Would you create your own local and competitive football tournaments, says AMR? I can't say it's high on my list. I've got a great idea I'm working on at the moment. That's what I was talking about when I was in Worcester. I had a few drinks. Sometimes I get creative, and I just came up with a great idea. It's nothing to do with football. Apparently, HMP Wandsworth is the new Centre Park, says Alex G. All comes part of the service, doesn't it? Bloody hell. The world's a funny place at the moment, isn't it, really? Although, honestly, I probably think that's been going on in prison for a long time. Brian Moore was a very good coach, commentator, yo. Yes, he was, yeah. Oh, that's all right. Sommer's got that. When would England play Switzerland, Mark? Well, if we both win our games, I suppose you could get a little bit ahead of yourself. But the knockout stage looks like this. Quarterfinals are Friday, Saturday. So you've got the round of 16. Hold on, lovely ball out wide to the right. This is Endoy, isn't it? He's going to shoot. Oh dear, that's going to get cleared. So we've got 2 games a day until Tuesday for the round of 16. Then there's a couple of days off again, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Friday and Saturday you've got the quarterfinals. They're on the attack again. That's a great cross. He's just put it in too early. So you should. But yeah, it's a good cross this, but nobody's made the move. I'd be very happy with that cross, but there's no one there. England, I don't know why we keep getting 5 o'clock games. I'm tired of it. I'm really tired of the 5 o'clock game because then there's an 8 o'clock game and I just want to enjoy the 5 o'clock. I want England to be the 8 o'clock. Anyway, England would play at 5 o'clock on Saturday if we get through the winner of this game. Italy with a chance to break, but I think Endoy's won that back nicely. Who wins between Germany and Denmark? Well, tune at 8 o'clock. We'll have a watch along for you there. I think that Germany will be favourites. They've got the crowd, haven't they? Denmark have flattered to deceive. Here's Mbolo. Switzerland need a goal. Christoph says, I genuinely think Switzerland will beat Italy. They're the better team, and I think they give England a harder game. I mean, you never know with Italy. You just can't write Italy off, but... John says Italy look like they're going to lose. Alex G says, the worst part is the prison officer had a husband and kid. Just because someone's got a husband and a kid doesn't mean that they're not having extra curricular activity. The fact that she knew it was being filmed was just career suicide. I mean, what did she think was going to happen with it? Thanks for the super chats, by the way. Absolute legend. 64% possession, Switzerland after half an hour. Big says the guard and her husband are swingers. Thing is, if you're in prison, you'd be really pissed off with the people who filmed that, because if it's going on all the time, now they're going to bring in new rules, aren't they? So they'll just have to go back to doing it with their cellmates. They might never have stopped, to be honest. Rodriguez, that's an interesting ball. The Swiss are dominating but lack any cutting edge, says Daryl. I don't think they lack a cutting edge. They should have scored the Embolo chance. And against Italy, who are renowned for defending well, you know, it's about getting that first goal. Open the game up. Rodriguez shoots from a long way out. Final ball's the issue, says Philip Rodder, one of our members. Nice to see a badge there. BC says another wicket for India if you're into that sort of thing. Crypto says Italy has given the ball away 15 times. That's absolutely pitiful. DeMarco's on the bench, Benjamin, which I mean, Spalletti has changed his team a lot in these Euros, which in a way I like, because Southgate never changes his team. Oh, lovely ball into Embolo, but he's outnumbered there. Why isn't Chelsea linked with Swiss number 7? Thought they were linked with everyone with a pulse and 2 legs, says Howder. Give it time, mate. Give it time. They move the ball around lovely, though, the Swiss, don't they? Really do. And then they missed the... I knew that was going to happen. I praised the way they passed the ball and they instantly pass it to Italy. What are your thoughts on the state of England at the moment, says Dylan? Look, I think Slovakia tomorrow, you know, famous last words, but I'm not saying we'll win comfortably, but I think we'll win. I don't anticipate... I think that's straightforward. And it has to be straightforward. Like Slovakia, hold on. He needs a... What's that? Final ball again. Yeah, Slovakia's got to be straightforward. I mean, that's... At some point, you've got to just put one of these teams to bed, and I think we will do tomorrow. We've got to start growing into the tournament at some point. We're very lucky to still be in it, I think. Well, no, I think we would have got through the group. I think we're very lucky to have the game that we've got. You know, Denmark playing Germany, that could have been us. Hi, that's football, says White Tea. Hi. Time for a stretch. The thing is, like, Italy have become very Italian in their pragmatism, but it's not necessarily the way Spalletti's not necessarily a typical pragmatic Italian coach. I mean, he does want to play football. I bet you 20 Slovakia win tomorrow, says Bran. 20? Okay, let's reconvene. Give mine to charity on Sunday night. A cagey encounter, says Massacre Aggression. Yeah, well, look, I did warn you about that in the at the start of the game, that the group stage in many tournaments can be decent, and then the minute you hit knockout football, it can get quite cagey. Which is ideally why you need Embolo to score that chance. You know, you need the game. Oh, he could have been in. He's onside. Is he onside? Yeah. Flag staying down. Is that just that final ball for Switzerland? Is the... See, Italy aren't going to concede in these situations. They're on the edge of their box. They've got everybody back, and Switzerland have got the ball, but. Ultimate Sandwich, also, where are the Madries? Oh, I'm having a night off tonight. I drank a lot on Thursday and had a few yesterday. So, England tomorrow, so I'll have a night off tonight. Well, actually, I won't. When I watch Glastonbury later. Good play here. This is good. Come on. Vargas. Oh, what a goal! What a goal that is! That's absolutely fantastic from Switzerland. Oh, yes, please, Swiss cheese. It was absolutely brilliant. A great, great goal. A break from the midfield. It all started off with Vargas out on that left-hand side, and the ball has been slipped through. I'm trying to think who scored. Was it Freuler? I think Freuler breaks from the midfield and scores the goal. For a moment, I thought it was Xhaka, but it's exactly what this game needs. Exactly what this game needs, and it's Freuler breaking from the deep. Rolling in the deep, Adele. Yeah, look at this. Lovely little bit of play. In fact, it's not Vargas who makes the pass. I'm an absolute... It was Vargas who makes the pass. Yeah, sorry, I'm getting mixed up. I thought Vargas had made the overlap. It was Ndoye. It's a lovely goal. There's a bit of a deflection that takes it in, but the break from the midfield by Freuler, you know... It really is clever. Embolo pulls the gap out, and then Freuler, a great goal, and thoroughly deserved. Thoroughly deserved. It's what the game needs. We were just saying that. You know, this game was becoming a little bit too pragmatic for our liking. A little bit, you know, defend and attack. We've got a goal now. And Italy will have to open up and respond. And it's there now, isn't it? It's there to see what they can do. Because there's absolutely no doubt the better team has been Switzerland. They've looked good. Of course, my dark horse for the tournament with Austria. And also, not only that, but I got them in the sweepstake as well. I mean, they're not going to win it. I don't think they're going to win it. But I think if you've got a team like Switzerland hitting the quarterfinals... That's real dark horse material, isn't it? Ryan Powell says this will make for an entertaining game now. Yeah, Italy have got to open up. It's exactly what you want to happen. Switzerland versus Austria final, says Robster. It'd be great, but it can't happen. They would meet in the semis. At the expense of England, actually, because remember, England will play the winner of this if we beat Slovakia. I have to say that, but you know I don't respect it. England will play the winner of this if they beat Slovakia. We've not done it yet, basically. I'm liking it. Combo says many underdogs this year. Good. Gaunt says Switzerland should be leading by more than their 3 goals that they've got. Yeah, they're playing really well, mate. They're playing really, really well. And you know what I think it is? I just think Switzerland are better than Italy. I don't think it's about an underperformance from Italy. I just don't think they are particularly good. I was impressed with them against Albania, but it was Albania. And I said this about Germany. I was impressed with Germany against Scotland, but it was Scotland. Switzerland, funnily enough, played Germany and nearly got a result, didn't they? Carl says, I bet you Italy will win this game. Mate, we all know about Italy and comebacks. Ultimate Sandwich, says Haas. I've already done a video on this ages ago. My favourite sandwich is based on a triple-decker, which you can get from O'Brien's in Ireland. Absolutely brilliant. 3 pieces of bread. The middle piece of bread is toast. The top filling is like a chicken mayonnaise with salad and tomato. And then the top layer is coleslaw and onion and... No, not onion, because that's in the coleslaw. Coleslaw and bacon. Oh, it's so good. And the toast just gives it like a chewy texture. I mean, you won't like it if you're a vegetarian. There's cow and chicken in there. There's chicken and pig in there. Scamacca is shocking, says Duke. Scamacca's a player I've always quite liked, but... Wolf says the Italian attack is rubbish. Please do subscribe to the channel, by the way. We're trying to hit 1.19 tonight. We're about 500 subscribers away, so please subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. There is a Cooking with Goldbridge video on the Ultimate Sandwich, yes. I need to redo all those with a proper... You know, I might one day just like rent out a kitchen with some really good cameras and redo all the original Cooking with Goldbridges in a high-end way. Italy needs an espresso to wake up, says Crypto. What's your favourite Swiss food, says Classic. Toblerone. Are you going to watch Glastonbury, says Jamie? As long as Germany-Denmark doesn't go to extra time, I'm watching Coldplay at 10 o'clock, yeah. I love this goal. I love this goal. I love midfielders who break the line into the box. You know when you do that as well, I've done it before a couple of times in my career. It's adventurous. You gamble. From your position, you just go, I've got a feeling. And you go, and then the midfielder doesn't go with you. And if you get picked out, you're in. I love it. Would you take Freuler at United? He is a player that gets a lot of credit, but he's 32 now. I was just checking his age, and I think no. But international football can make a player that in club football... Look at Kante. Oh, De Lorenzo's gone down here. That's a toasty, not a sandwich, says LXJ. It's officially a sandwich because only 1 piece of bread is a toast. 2 of them is normal bread. I don't know what bread they use at O'Brien's in Ireland as well, but it's a different type of bread. It's got a different thickness to it. Thanks for all the super chats anyway. Kate says, why do you hate Italy? I mean, this is welcome to social media. Like most people would say, I live up Italy's arse. And then Kate comes along and says, I hate Italy. I mean, it's just you can't buy it. But Swiss still on the attack here just before half time. No, I've always had a soft spot for Italy for many reasons, but you know, reality bites. They're not looking very good. I think Spain was the wake-up call for me. They just couldn't live with Spain. I don't know what the game plan's going to be for Italy. They need half-time, but if Switzerland score again... You know, Switzerland have managed to score against Italy who are playing counter-attacking football. Now, what they're going to do now? You can't just keep playing that way. You've got to start attacking at some point. The system is... oh, yellow card here. Another yellow card. Didn't see that. It was late on Shaw. Al-Sharari. Ooh, I tell you what, it's not a good tackle that either, is it? Not a good tackle at all. I mean, I've seen them given as a red before. Would you take Xhaka at United, says Xhaka? No, I mean, look, no, because of obvious Arsenal connections, but he is a good player. I think they've been reluctant to... I think they've been quite lenient in this tournament. I think we've seen a few free kicks like that. Oh, Jesus Christ, that nearly went in. Reader. He's tried to catch Donnarumma out, and he nearly has on the near post. Good save. It nearly went in. Off the post. Reader. Another corner for Switzerland. Their crossing's been very good, and that's another good one. I'll tell you what. I like the Swiss anyway, but we've seen so many bad corners in this tournament so far, and their crossing's been very, very good. What about Anthony Gordon to Liverpool, says Bon? Well, I don't get it, really. I don't really get it, because the Everton thing doesn't make sense to me. And he comes across as a really switched on guy. So I don't really get what that would be all about. Do, 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 do. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah. If you know, you know. Another corner for Switzerland. The Swiss came to play, says Raz. So did we on That's Football, but good play by Endoy. That's a free kick. But he takes the corner. This Swiss 11, keep an eye out. They could cause problems for England in this quarterfinal. And their bench ain't bad. There's players on there that can come on and do a job. Okafor, Shaqiri. Right. That corner's a bit overhit. I think he'll be ready to blow in a moment. Hold on a minute. My eyes really sore. Oh, wake up, Maggie, I think I got something to say to you. Get some Swiss players to United, says DK. Cheap and Swiss, but Switzerland tend to lose their stamina after 60 minutes. Yes, DK, very good point. Thank you very much for that. I think you are Swiss as well. Half time here, and it's 1-0 to Switzerland, which I think is thoroughly deserved. Let's just have a quick look at the stats here, because it's going to tell you a very convincing story in favour of those Swiss. It has come down a little bit since the goal, but it's still 58% possession for Switzerland. But more importantly, oh my God, this is embarrassing. 10 shots, 3 on target. Italy, 1 shot, none on target. It's embarrassing from an Italian point of view. And look at that pass accuracy from Switzerland. Pep Guardiola would be proud of that. 93%. It is poor from Italy. Why? answers in the chat, but it has been really poor. Swiss have been the better team, but DK is right. If there is to be a point of potential optimism for Italy, we saw against Hungary in the first game, we saw it against Germany in the third game. The Swiss have had a tendency in this tournament so far to drop off, whether that's physically or mentally, in the second half. So maybe that could be an opportunity for Italy, who obviously scored a late goal against Croatia and will have to go for it at some point. But it's not good enough. Italy are the holders of this tournament. They have an amazing history in the world of football, and they just don't look balanced. They don't look right. And look, we've mentioned this about a few teams in this tournament, and I think that, you know, some of the bigger nations, England included, I think when you look at Italy, they have had a few problems injuries-wise. There are a few players that would be really important to them that aren't fit, but this is Italy. You know, their wealth and depth of talent is, you know, unquestionable. They should be doing better. But we have seen, I think, since the Albania game, Spalletti has changed his team quite erratically 2 or 3 times now, where a number of players are out. Now that, you know, Calafiori is going to be a loss, but I think in their midfield and their attack, he changes it a lot, and they're just not balanced. The big difference I've seen in this tournament, and we've seen it with Austria, we've even seen it with teams like Georgia and Romania, is that you might not have the best players, but if you have a selection of good players that can't play together, they're never going to be as good as a bunch of average players who can play together, and that's what we're seeing. Switzerland don't necessarily have the stars, but they have the system, and they all know that system, and they're very, very dangerous. You know, they're popping the ball around very, very confidently. I'm seeing triangles, I'm seeing one-touch passes, I'm seeing movement, I'm seeing overlaps. Like, Switzerland have played the game in a very, very progressive and at times aggressive way, but everybody knows their job. Everybody knows the system. They're not conceding chances as well. So I'm very, very, very impressed with the Swiss, like the Austrians as well. And the interesting thing about Austria and Switzerland is that they are capable of beating the bigger teams if they're on an off day, and the Italians are on a very, very off day at the moment. Fries says Italy should be ashamed. Well, look, you know, you talk about criticism. The Italians were 60% of you said that Italy would win this game, 40% Switzerland. I said Switzerland 3-1. But I think that they have got a real job to do in the second half. But look, England play tomorrow at 5 o'clock. We'll be live on here for that one. Can't wait. We will win that game, in my opinion. Not just because I'm English and confident, but because I believe England will win that game, which therefore means we play the winner of this. Obviously, at half time, I'd rather play Italy, but I said it before the game. I'd rather play Italy, because I think if we play Italy, they're like us. They haven't stumbled on a way of playing yet. They don't look like a team, and I think because it's a bigger game, we would be, you know, more motivated. I think Switzerland, we would, you know, I think Switzerland's a tougher game for England. I really, really do, and I think that there's no doubt about that in my mind, that Switzerland's a more difficult game. But you know how our press works. If we get to the quarterfinal and we get Switzerland, they'll be treating it like it's bloody Georgia. But I think Switzerland's a tougher game for England, because you're playing a team that's got a system, you're playing a team that's got some good players in that system, and you know that system's going to cause us problems. You know, they basically play a back 5 defensively, and they swamp the midfield, and they've got, you know, people like Vargas and Endoy behind Mbolo, who are very energetic, quick, and, you know, flair players. I think Switzerland have got a good chance against anybody if they believe in themselves, and I think it would be a tough game for England. So, look, from an English point of view, I'd like Italy to come back and, you know, get through, because I think we'd be in the semi-finals then. But Switzerland are a good team, a very good team. Layout for this tournament is shocking. England have an easy ride to the final. Why are all the good teams on one side? You can't moan about that, ISO. You can't moan about that, because the reason France are on that side of the draw is because they came second in the group. That's just the way the cookie crumbles. Anthony Gordon was a Liverpool supporter when he was younger, and Everton supporters did not take it well when he went to Newcastle. His boyhood dream, says Howder. Look, who knows? But I don't know how that plays out. What I would say is if Anthony Gordon came to Manchester United, I'd be very happy. If he goes to Liverpool, look, this is a lad that scores goals and create goals in the Premier League at the highest level. Like, anybody who's doubting Anthony Gordon, just look at what he did last season in an underperforming Newcastle side. On top of that, you know, I listened to his interview with England the other day. Very, very, very driven and mentally strong individual as well. So I think it'd be a fantastic signing if Liverpool can pull that off. And look, I'm long past the day of saying when Liverpool buy a player just because I don't like Liverpool, oh, what a crap signing. I think that if they got Anthony Gordon, it would be a very, very good signing for them. And whether it's possible to do it, I don't know. But I do think it's sad how Newcastle have got to sell to buy. Same as Aston Villa, really. I mean, how can these clubs that have had Champions League football in the last season or two have to be in a position where they've got to sell to buy? It just, you know, they're never going to catch up, are they? Swiss look hungry, says Alk. And NUFC says, I've told everyone Switzerland would win. Paula says, I'm not Mark, but as a woman, a good place to meet is a nightclub. Now I'm more interested in what's going on in the chat now, Paula. What's all this all about? This sounds like something's going on in the chat, and I'm, you know, Paula's giving advice about a good place to meet is a nightclub. What's going on? Financial fair play keeps the big clubs in at the top. The red cartel, so standards. I believe that Switzerland is underrated to a lot of people. Oh, mate, the way the British press works, if we get Switzerland, we'll think we're in the semi-final. We'll think that our press will think Italy's a tougher game than Switzerland. If Switzerland win this game, they probably won't have watched it and they'll go, ooh, a shock there, it's getting even easier. Whereas you and me know it's actually not easier. It's a tougher game, I really do believe, especially if you've been watching that first half with us, definitely. Yeah, I'm live on the United Stand at 7 o'clock talking about the Romano stuff, so I'm not going to talk about it here massively. Oh, I've got looking forward to this. Anyway, let me come back to you here. Would it be different should Calafiori be there, says Dimoth. Whoa. Calafiori's not there because he's suspended, mate. It's a shame for them. And he's a good player. But, you know, them's are the rules, isn't it? You pick up 2 yellow cards in your first 3 games and you miss the 4th game. And I think that's fair. I can't remember what the 2 yellow cards were for, but it is a loss for Italy. But Spalletti's made a lot of changes. Like, I thought DiMarco was a really good player for them in the first game. And, you know, he's no longer in the team. The midfield has been changed a lot as well. Mr. Nobody says, I don't put pineapple on pizza, but I'm putting it on pasta. DiMarco is injured as well, says Led. There you go. Joe says library would be good. What are we doing about where to meet up? If you're on a date, nightclubs and libraries. I'd just go to a coffee shop. You get some quite cool coffee shops now. Coffee shop, you see, this is where Goldbridge advice, Agony Bridge, is brilliant, right? If you're meeting somebody for a first date or something like that, a lot can be read into it. If you take them to the cinema, it's dark, they might think wandering hands pervert. If you take them to a pub, they might think, oh, alcoholic or he's trying to get me drunk to lower my inhibitions. If you take them to a restaurant, you know, they're uncomfortable because if they order a pizza and a burger, you might think they're fat or something. So if you take them to a nightclub, again, you know, connotations of drink and, you know, getting up close, hands on each other. So you've got to think about the messages you're sending out. I think the first date should be in a coffee shop. Now, I'm not talking Costa or Starbucks. That sort of place is fine. I like them both. There's nothing wrong with it, especially in the autumn when they start adding things like peppermint spice and stuff, or even the Christmas ones, you know, with a little bit of a spicy kick to it, you know, maybe a bit of orange in it. It's lovely stuff. You can't beat Costa and Starbucks for those sort of things. But I'm actually talking, you know, an independent coffee house, you know, something a bit trendy. And time-wise, let's say 11 o'clock. You know, it doesn't have to be in the evening. Or if you want, straight after work, 6 o'clock. You know, let's go for a coffee. Coffee is always a sociable event as well. It's just a hot drink. It's not big. You've got to sip it. It takes time for it to cool down. There is no extra food. Don't get a cinnamon roll. Don't get anything like that. Just a cup of coffee and a chat. Coffee will take people back to morning, breakfast, you know, a conversation. Yes, a coffee shop, an independent, perfect place for the start of what could be a blossoming relationship. Also, if they're really boring, the caffeine will wake you up and make you think about other things. Bowling would be a good shout, says Dougie. Competitive, though. If they're not very good at it and you're good at it, they might think show off, you know. He's already trying to, you know, show who's boss. You've got to be very careful of the signals you're sending. A cup of coffee or a latte sends the signal of relax, let's have a chat over a coffee. That's it. Would it be different? We've done that from Calafiori. Thanks for all the super chats, by the way. Bottom right super chat, $sign to do that. I'm always happy to help people out. We're a community here. Please do subscribe to the channel. We're on 189,500. We're trying to get up to 190,000 so we can change that tonight on the road to 2 million by the end of the Euros. If we do that, yabba dabba do. We've got a great community and we're building it here. Everybody is welcome on That's Football. What a community is. Make sure you subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. Can Italy get back into the game in the second half? I genuinely think they can. You know, I think that I've played the game. I know what Italy are like. I've been a big fan of Italy for most of my life. I love lasagna. I love pineapple and pizza, which Italians would go mad about, by the way. No, but I do. Italy, Sicily, lovely, lovely, bellissimo, absolutely fantastic. The Godfather, great, absolutely brilliant film. The Italian culture, I love it. Also, Serie A, Italia 90 was where football really took hold of my soul. So, love Italian football. Vialli, Mancini, Lombardo, Sampdoria, you know, Juventus, loved it. Zidane, loved it. Italian football, Sunday afternoon, Saturday morning, love the Corriere dello Sport. You know, love the Italian way of life, love the football. But every nation goes through degradation. And this is what Italy are going through at the moment. They're degrading their name in the world of football because, for whatever reason, like England, really, England between 2006 and 2018, for 12 years, I think we're a bloody embarrassment, mate. And I think that Italy at the moment are a shadow of themselves. But then they won the Euros. Like, they won the last Euros 3 years ago. So, and look, I've seen Italy grind their way. In fact, they should be sponsored by... No, that means something else. But I've seen Italy grind their way to finals all my life. And they're capable of doing that. Yeah. So they could get back into this. What Switzerland have, in a footballing sense, is their foot on the pedal or the neck of Italy. If they let it off, Italy have got that historical mentality where they could come back into it. That is a change for Italy, and they have got options off the bench. Did you see what Fabrizio said about De Ligt? Personally, I would want United to sign 2 centre-backs considering Varane is gone. Ishmael, 7 o'clock, straight after this, we'll be talking about that. Presuming it doesn't go to extra time, by the way. Thank you very much for your super chat. Love that. So let me just get ready here for the start of the second half. Do not forget, by the way, that we are sponsored by the fantastic Manscaped on this watch along today. What is Manscaped? It's precision engineering for your family jewels. It's this, the lawnmower. You can get that delivered to your door for free with the code FOOTY, plus 20% off. Exclusive for That's Football. Trim the grass to make the yard look bigger. Fantastic product. I used mine on Thursday before I went away, and trust me, I felt a lot better about it. Links in the description. Scan the QR code. Use the code FOOTY. 20% off and free worldwide shipping. Thank you very much to Manscaped. You won't regret it. Top quality products. Really top quality. Right, Italy. They've got 2 players back and a big... It's like they're playing American football. Look at him. And then it doesn't work. What the fuck? They had all these players bombing forward and they've just gone and given the ball to the Swiss, who are on the attack straight away. What are they bloody doing? Tell you what, they made 4 subs at half-time, Italy, as well. We'll go through those in a moment. Oh! 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 Vargas! What a goal! What a goal! Have we just seen the goal of the tournament? Oh my God! Italy are 2-0 down in the first 40 seconds of the second half, and that is an absolute banger! An absolute banger! What a goal! What a goal! What a goal! What a goal. I just need to see it again. And I tell you what, he's been very impressive in this game, but that might be the game. Look at this. He picks it up on the right wing. He gets it back. Sorry, on the left wing. He gets it back and he bends it lovely over the top. I mean, it probably isn't better than Galler, to be honest, but it's a bloody good goal, that is. An absolute banger. He just can't get there. He can't do it. He just can't get there. He can't get onto it, Donnarumma. It's got dip, it's got curl. I've got to say, though, you know what? What the bloody hell were Italy doing from the kickoff? I don't understand what they were doing from the kickoff. They haven't done it again. They had the kickoff. They had 2 Italian players on the kickoff. And then they had 2 and 3 all bomb forward and 2 left on their own. They played a pass to a Swiss player and they were immediately outnumbered. I don't see them coming... I mean, we've got a great second half now because Italy have got to go for it. So as an entertainment game, this is perfect. I did say 3-1 to Switzerland as well. And I tell you what a great way to start the knockout stage as well, because... but that's just a brilliant start to this second half for Switzerland, isn't it? And Italy, who have just gone and made 4 substitutions at half-time, apparently. I just need to update this. Let's get this on. Is that updated? No, they've made 1 substitution at half-time. Sorry, not 4. Zaccani on for El Shwari. But they've got to really turn it on now. If England play this version of Switzerland, they're going to get destroyed, says HPN. Well, we need to step up. I'm stepping up. Philip says, Mark, Platinum Bridge, the level of the chat has gone up. Thanks, mate. Thanks for being a member. Appreciate it. Will they cook England? I think they've got a really good balance. You know, they remind me a little bit of Austria, Switzerland. But Italy have got a free kick here. It's not a great free kick, and it will go out for a goal kick. The Italians have just looked beaten from the first whistle here. They don't, you know, I don't, being English, I know what's going on in the English camp and I know what's going on in the English nation, and there's a lot of unhappiness and boredom and questioning of Southgate. I don't know, you know, I don't live in Italy. I don't know what the hell is going on there, but, you know, have we got anybody who's aware of what's going on in Italy? Is the nation happy with Spalletti and the players? Where are they putting the blame at? Is it because of a lack of players coming through? But they won't be happy about this. Italy don't want it, says Taff, and I think that's something that I would agree with. They just the volume of changes each game. It's been hard to watch. If England play this version of I've done that one. Thank you very much. BC says there's never been an easier route to a final. See, I disagree with that because that's exactly what the British press will say. Italy go out so England don't play Italy, but Switzerland are better than Italy. Switzerland beating Italy doesn't mean England have got a better route. You're just getting lost in the fact that Italy are a bigger name. But names don't mean nothing. It's like last season. If Man United got knocked out in the Cup by Aston Villa, you'd think, oh, we've got an easier game, but you haven't. Aston Villa were better than us last year. Switzerland are better than Italy. They might not be the bigger name, but they are better than Italy. Lee Berman's right. Switzerland have looked like a team. Italy are very disjointed. Although no one understood, we were holding back the flood. Which game were you looking forward to more? This game or Germany-Denmark? I'm looking forward. I was looking forward to this game because it's gone the way I wanted it to, in the fact that I think Switzerland needed to score first to make it an interesting game, and it has been an interesting game. Of course, England play the winner of this if they beat Slovakia. But I think Germany-Denmark later is an absolute cracker. You know, Germany, there are question marks about how good they are after the Switzerland game, but they're the hosts, and honestly, you don't normally want the host to be getting knocked out this early. But then Denmark, it's Rasmus, it's Eriksson, and you know the Danish are a team that's well liked. But the interesting thing is the winner of that is probably going to play Spain if Spain beat Georgia tomorrow night. So quarterfinal. Would I rather see Denmark-Spain or Germany-Spain? I mean, for the tournament, I think Germany-Spain's a great... Oh, my God! Nearly an own goal! Oh, that would have been ridiculously unlucky, but it would have changed the game there. Just a hopeful ball into the box by Italy that I think Akanji gets his head on. Sommer's just flat-footed, and it just goes onto the post. I mean, it would have been very, very unlucky for Switzerland, but very lucky for Italy. But it, 2-1, 40 minutes to go. That's what can happen. 2-0 is a dangerous scoreline. And as we said, Switzerland have throughout this tournament switched off in the second half, and now they're 2-0 up. Are they going to switch off again? Stupid thing about Italy is they'll start attacking now. He's given a corner. Corner to Italy. Well, let's see that again because I'm sure they're going to show it. Could have been an OG for Switzerland. They're not showing it yet, actually. I don't know why. Oh, own goal almost added to their tally, says Lucas. Corner Italy. Cross comes in, headed away. He's having a good tournament, Akanji. Jack's truly impressed by Switzerland. I think they've got it all going on. It's like that coffee shop when you go in and you start chatting and you go, they've got good looks, they've got a bit of banter, they're intelligent, they buy their own coffee. They've got it all going on. They're not secretly married. But they are. They've got a really... I like their system, and I think they like the system. I look at some teams and I think, they're defensively well organised. They're good on the ball, but have they got... I mean, I think one of Austria's problems is they... Oh, God, there it was again. It was Shah, wasn't it? It wasn't Akanji, it was Shah. Very close to being an OG. But yeah, I look at Switzerland and they don't really have what... Sorry, I look at Austria. They don't have what Switzerland got. They haven't got these amazingly volatile flair players up front like Vargas, Sendoy and Embolo. And whilst they can be a little bit inconsistent, they do offer a different dynamic to Austria. But Switzerland have got, a well-balanced midfield and defence. Then they've got those players in the attack that can make things happen. It makes them very dangerous. Rodriguez goes for the shot. Throw in. Dougie says both Austria and Switzerland are fun to watch. Well, remember, Austria and Switzerland could meet in the semi-finals, which would be England out, by the way. But Austria play Turkey on Tuesday at 8 o'clock. They'll play the winner of Romania-Netherlands in the quarter-final. Lovely play again. I tell you what, the Swiss could get a third here and absolutely kill it. Eduardo says Southgate has blood on his hands. Italy are washed. I don't know how. I know Italy were better 3 years ago, but we still should have beat them. We still should have beat them. That was Southgate again, though, wasn't it? Got the early goal and sat back. We should have kept going. We're at home. We're at home at Wembley in a final. We're 1-0 up early, and he decides to sit back. Prat. A few of you saying you can see Romania beating the Netherlands. Well, Italy haven't had a shot on target yet. So if they're going to get back in this game, they need to start creating chances. And it's just not working out, is it? Scamacca's getting absolutely no joy out of that Swiss backline. Klaz says, go Germany. I can see us winning it. I'm doing all the watch-alongs today, Dale, and tomorrow. Yes, I'm with you for the next 4. In fact, I think I'm with you for all of the next ones because I think we're in the Goldbridge Arms on Monday. Oh dear, yellow card, Mancini on Reader. Just a little bit of a note to you, by the way. I've had a few people asking me about this. If you go onto Instagram at Goldbridge Mark and look at my story, you'll be introduced to the Pine Show, which is amazing. Now, people have been asking me where they can get it from. It's available for free at pubs in London, Liverpool, Manchester, Newcastle and Leeds, while several will be raffled via Heineken's social media channels. So if you know, you know. But just check out my story on Instagram at Goldbridge Mark. Have they sold all the tickets for this game? Because this is a big. Where do you find out the attendances for games? They used to be very good at telling you that. Oh, Phoenix talking about my book. Oh, you know what? I need to do a story about that tomorrow. Goldbridge Saves Football. I've pinned it in the chat if you want to pre-order it. I've been signing a load of them recently, and I'm only meant to sign them, but I've been putting little notes in a lot of them. They'll just be random. I'd rather this game was the later one, says Kenneth. Oh, I'm looking forward to Germany-Denmark. The thing about Germany-Denmark is I've got a feeling it's either going to be really close or Germany will be cruising in the second half. Cash says, I bet on Swiss, Romania and all the favourites. This is the Swiss golden generation. Xhaka, Rodriguez and a few others won the Under-17 World Cup a few years ago, says Cal. Not Cal. Kai, sorry. Another shot from Ndoye. Crazy thing is for Switzerland is that they don't play. Some people are saying, you know, rest players, but they don't play until Saturday. The next game for Switzerland is Saturday. Whole week off, which is... I don't know whether it's a longer tournament this time, but You don't normally have a week between games. Silver says Switzerland, Austria, Slovenia and Turkey are the dark horses in this tournament. I can't see Slovenia getting anything out of Portugal, mate. I really can't. When do they play? Monday night at 8. France, Belgium at 5. I thought that was a good tackle there. Italy have half an hour to stay in the tournament. The holders of the tournament. Sanjay says, Pep. Adam, thank you very much. He says that there is 68,000 people in the stadium out of 71,000. That's great. Great to see so many of these grounds full as well. I think people have really enjoyed this tournament, haven't they? And no, look, you know what? This has been a good game of football. Like, could easily have been Switzerland unable to... How many times have we seen games like this where it's 0-0? You know, Switzerland can't find the back of the net. Italy, very frustrating. And they've actually found the back of the net and really opened up the game. But Italy just can't respond. They really can't break this. And this is the problem that England will have. Look at the Swiss now. It's a 5-4-1 without the ball. I love their system. I mean, I'm not a big fan of back fives. I've said that before, but it works for Switzerland really well. When they haven't got the ball, it's a 5-4-1. And when they have got the ball, it's a 3-4-3. And it's difficult to play through them. And they're not really a team that's going to get done for pace on the break because they've got Akanji. And Shah's not slow. I think, look, they got it going on. Cash says, did you like my heckle about you at Jack Mate's show? I vaguely remember it. It made me laugh. I can't remember what it was, though. Is Southgate managing Italy today? They look dead, says Hulls. Will Spalletti be sacked if he loses this game? Anyone know? Come on, Canada today. Likely only need a draw to advance, says Thomas Hopley. Yeah, I've not been paying any attention to the Copa. To the Copa. Copa America. I saw Brazil won 4-1. But Canada play Chile at 1 o'clock and Argentina play Peru. Is that counted as the first shot on goal for Italy? Another substitution for Italy here. Well, they need to make them, mates. They need to make them. Thanks for your super chats, by the way. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Mate, did you see the presidential debate? Ryan, look, I don't do politics because politics are very personal. You know, I was having a chat with my daughter the other day and she was like, I didn't even say who I was voting for, but she was basically saying, if you vote that, I'm appalled. And I said, but it's nothing to do with you what my politics are. And I'm probably not going to vote because I've not even had a look yet. But so I don't really like doing politics because some people like Neville and Lineker and everybody, they force feed their politics onto you. And it's not that's not how it should be. You should make your own mind up on what you want to do. But I will say this. I don't know who represents the best political party for America. But I've said this before and I'll say it again. Why is it that one of the biggest powers in the world has got two granddads who look like they might not be here in 5 years' time running the country? Like, you should have people in there, you know, 40s and 50s. You know, dynamic people, you know, that you can back for more than 3 years. Like, I just don't get it. I don't get what's happened to American politics at all. All my life, you've had people like, you know, Barack, Clinton. I mean, even George Bush didn't feel that old. It just feels weird. I don't get it. I just don't get it. But look, it's not my country, and by all means take the piss out of me if you're American and say keep your nose out of it. It's not my country, but I do observe it and go, what is going on with American politics? Why have they got these? And look, I don't want to be ageist. You know, it's not me being ageist. I just, if I had two people who were, you know, basically 80, you know, instead of Starmer and Sunak, I'd be like, how can I buy into that when in 2 or 3 years they might not be here? Anyway, football career National League level only or United stand? Good question. I think now I'm very happy doing what I'm doing, mate. Mark Goldbridge for president, says Javier. A lot of people saying they all feel that way, to be honest. Anyway, Switzerland have got a free kick here. A chance to whip a cross in. I don't see an Italian way back. 25 minutes left. 20 minutes since the second goal. And nothing really doing for Italy. They still haven't had a shot on target, which is crazy to me. But very impressed with Switzerland. My sweepstake team. Look, I don't think Switzerland will win the whole thing, but the great thing about this tournament, and the thing that gets me really excited about this tournament, is that Switzerland could beat Spain. Switzerland could beat Portugal. Austria could beat England. Austria could beat France. So they probably won't win the tournament, but the exciting thing is they play good football. You know, I think they're winning a lot of friends because people consume football differently now. Like, we actually do appreciate teams like Brighton who come in, play good football as a team. You know, people really do appreciate it. So I like what Georgia are doing, what Romania are doing, what Switzerland are doing, what Austria are doing, what Turkey had done before the Czech Republic game, which I didn't really see much of. I think that they are capable of, I don't think they will win it, but they are capable of giving everybody a game. But it's difficult to do it when you've not got the experience. Kenneth says Ronald Reagan was seen as ancient, but even he left in his 70s. Matthew says, I'm American and it's depressing that it's come to this. I've been asked again by Raider, what are your thoughts on Anthony Gordon and Liverpool? Look, I don't react to every transfer story on That's Football, but the big ones I do. Like, I didn't really react to toss into Chelsea or stuff like that. But I think if Anthony Gordon went to Liverpool, I mean, that would be I might even go live for that. I think it's I mean, I'm a massive fan of Anthony Gordon. Like, I wasn't at Everton. I thought he was when Chelsea wanted to buy him, I didn't get it. And that's the thing. And, you know, you listen to what he said about England, and he said, look, I don't take anything like that negatively. I take it as a positive because, you know, I want to be better, and a lot of the criticism is because you're not good enough, or, you know, people think you can do better. And I think his mentality is really, really impressive. And also, I think last season he was incredibly consistent. So if they decide that they are going to sign him and he goes there, obviously the Everton connection would be interesting. The fact that he's only been at Newcastle for 18 months would be interesting as well. Hello, Mark. Sent you an email, messaged you about touring the United Stand studio on my first trip to Manchester. Hopefully you got it. Thank you, says Juno. Thank you very much, Juno. I'll have a check. Italy are playing like England, says CSH. Still haven't had a shot on target, have they? They could have had a free kick there, Italy. and they're going to get a corner. They're going to get a corner. I don't think Switzerland have fell off mentally or physically. I think they are doing what I would do if I was coaching this team. I'd say, look, keep it compact, hit on the brake. They're going to have to start throwing caution to the wind. Opportunities will come on the break. Just make sure you don't concede. And it could come on the break here, actually. If he can switch that play... No, he's not going to do it. Not going to do it. I've played the game. Should have switched the play a bit quicker there, but, you know. Bum, bum, bum. Thoughts on the group stage format of the Euros? Third place progressing seems bad, says Jordan. Vargas is coming off and Reader is coming off here, so they are going to make a couple of changes. I think that, you know, as much as it was really confusing, I'd be interested to know your thoughts. It was confusing with regards to the third place teams not knowing who was going to play who, but actually I think it made the group stage better, and I don't mind a last 16, to be honest with you, when you've got the quality that's been in the Euros. I think the World Cup's going to be a bloody nightmare. Like, you're basically guaranteed to get through your group because there'll be so much shit in it. So, but I think for the Euros it's worked out well. I think the World Cup's going to be a very difficult watch in the group stage, and they've got a last 32 as well. So I think the group stage and the last 32 is going to be very, very difficult to understand. 12 groups, top 2 go through to make it 24, and then another 8 go through third place teams. So it's a massive tournament. Yeah. Italy still pushing here. But they can't push a way through. Or can they? Turn shot straight at the keeper. That's a shot on target, but it's a trickler. And they need something, don't they? Italy need a not quite a miracle, but they do need something here. Yeah, we are live on this channel for Germany against the mighty Denmark later. I don't know why I called them the mighty Denmark, but that's our next game. But I am on the United stand straight after this, talking about the breaking news around De Ligt. And then we're back on here for Germany-Denmark. Looks like Italy are going home. The first team to go home from the knockout stage. The holders. Oh no! Oh, he's hit the post again! Well, Italy haven't hit the post. Italy have hit the post for the second time. It was a bit of Swiss post. Nearly an OG, but they should have scored there. Another cross into the box. They need to get more crosses in. And there's a long shot. But the cross comes in. That was the shot. We don't want to see the shot again. We need to see the cross. Back post. Might have been a bit of offside. Skamaka should have scored. Another sub here. Cambiaso and Pellegrini coming on. They're going for it now. $15 to go. It can be done. It's been done before. It can be done. But are the Italians done already? Is it too little, too late? I don't know. I'm only talking like this for dramatic effect. But the Swiss have looked very comfortable. I mean, I don't want to speculate, but to me it looks like Xhaka's wearing a pair of slippers and has a pipe in his mouth. But that might be a little bit premature. But he's been on easy street for most of this game. And I think the Swiss for the last 20 minutes have really just been soaking up the pressure to try and counter on the break. They haven't killed the game off yet, but at 2-0 it might already be dead. Thanks everyone who's tuning in. Make sure you subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. Skamaka over the bar from the edge of the box. That made it sound closer than it was. Denmark are unbeaten in the Euros as CSH. So are England. Don't mean shit, bro. What happened to Spinazzola, Locatelli and Insigne? Well, I know Spinazzola's had loads of injury problems, which he started in the Euros. And Locatelli's injured as well. Obviously, Tonali is banned. So, I really liked Spinazzola. I think he has pretty much been injury riddled for a long, long time. But another couple of subs here for Italy. Let me have a look. Let me just have a look at Spinazzola. I don't know what happened with him. Like, I know he had a really bad injury during the Euros, didn't he? But yeah, he did his tendon on July the 5th, 2021, which was obviously Euros. That kept him out for nearly a year. Then he's done a hamstring a couple of times. Well, he has been around the last few years, but I think he missed out on this because of injury. I mean, he had an injury on May the 9th, a muscle injury. But that didn't stop Luke Shaw. How many of these teams do you think England can beat with Southgate at the wheel compared to without him? Oh, I think we could beat a lot of teams without him. I think Southgate's select. I mean, the big problem I have with Southgate again is that apparently he's only making one change to the team tomorrow. Foden's not trained all week because he's been back in England, and he's also not a left winger. Harry Kane isn't working with Bellingham and Saka. Palmer came on and did well. Gordon on the left would give us balance, but he's just going to make one change, which will be Mainu for Gallagher. It's just like the whole world knows that England would have a chance if we just put Gordon on the left and went for balance over getting all the good players in. Subway makes better subs than Southgate, says Taco. Is this a good or bad result for England, says Frederick? Whether it's a good or bad result, Frederick, I genuinely think Switzerland is a harder game than Italy. Xhaka's amazing. Can't believe we sold him, says Jamie. Arsenal fan. United stands straight after this, yes. Taff, yes. 10 minutes to go. Embolo, he's good defending there. You'd expect it from Italian defenders, but it was a 1v1 foot race and he just had the legs. But that's what Switzerland are looking for on the break. See, Joe wants to date Paula. What's going on in the chat? Meet in a coffee shop. If you know, you know. I can't see it. I'll tell you what, I'll say it now. I'll be absolutely stunned if Italy get back into it. It's not Embolo up front. Sorry, he went off. Freuler just flung a leg at that. And that's not what I'm looking at. I don't know what I'm reading that for. You know what? I really liked Okafor, and he never gets brought on. And he was a player a few years ago I thought was going to be really good when he was at Salzburg. And I mean, he's 24 now. Is AC Milan? I don't think he's had a minute in this tournament, has he? NAU says, what's going on with Italy? Croatia should have gone through. I don't think Croatia would have been any better against Switzerland, mate. I think Croatia and Italy are pretty similar. I think they need a revamp. Memory Warrior says England ain't getting past Switzerland. I think it'd be a decent game against Switzerland. You're disrespecting Slovakia. I'm not. I just look at... I don't think Slovakia are that good from what I've seen. I mean, I know they beat Belgium, but I don't think Slovakia are that good. And I think England would have to play pretty shit to go out to them. Because I think defensively we've been quite good. I don't think England go out until they play a team that can actually score goals. And I don't think Slovakia can score goals. So, all right, we might only do it by 1 goal. It might be bloody boring. It might even go to extra time. But I don't think Slovakia have got goals in them, so I think that plays into our hands. You know, every team we've played so far can't score. Serbia, Denmark, Slovenia. Until we play a team that can put the ball in the back of the net, I think we'll find a way. Which is why I think Italy would have been an easier game than Switzerland in the quarter-final, because Italy just can't score. And again, you see with Switzerland, they've made 4 or 5 subs themselves, and they are a team that, you know, it doesn't change the system, does it? Ooh, cross shot there. Do you think the Swiss would give you a better game than the Italians, says Ryan? 100%, 100%. I mean, look, I've played the game. You've watched the game. I've watched the game. Like... There's nobody in this chat that's not going to respect Switzerland, and we've been respecting Switzerland since Hungary. But the British press won't respect. They won't watch. They'll be all about name. And because Switzerland have knocked Italy out, it'll be a shock. And therefore, it'll be an easy game for England. And we'll hype up England and go, oh, we've got an easy path to the semi-final. I really don't think we have. I don't think Switzerland... In fact, I know Switzerland is a harder game than Italy. Because they've got a system, they've got balance, they've got players that can score goals. I think Italy would have been a very straightforward game for England. Would have been a very, very boring game, but it would have been another 1-0 or whatever. If we go out to Slovakia tomorrow, I don't know what to say. We have to go through. And we will. I'm confident we will. I know I said the same against Slovenia, so I don't want to repeat myself and be an idiot, but I think we'll win tomorrow. I'm not going to start saying we're going to... I'd like to think we'll deliver a decent performance and win by 2 or 3. I thought we'd do that against Slovenia. I thought we'd finally get a bit of a reaction. And everybody deserves it. It's not just the people in the ground. I was at Seb's football presentation today and I was speaking to a few people and saying, like, you know, traditionally there's a lot of people in the pubs when England play. What have they had to sing about or get excited about so far? Nothing. You've got to give them something. Thoughts on left back position for tomorrow, says Blues enthusiast. Well, I don't think Luke Shaw's ready, is he? Which is incredible. It's incredible to think that if Luke Shaw doesn't play tomorrow, we took a left back hoping he'd be ready for the quarterfinals. I mean, what? You wouldn't even do that. You know, I don't think you'd only do, you know, Argentina might do that for Messi. They might go, we'll take him because I think he'll be ready for the quarterfinals if we get there. Southgate takes Luke Shaw, who's not played since February, in the hope he'll be ready for the quarterfinals. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. So I think he's got to play tomorrow, because if Luke Shaw doesn't play tomorrow, I've never heard anything like it, taking a player who might be ready for the quarterfinals. As a Man United fan, I'm very, very unhappy about Luke Shaw going now. I thought it was like ready for the first game. I didn't realise it was like not even fit enough to train until last week. Sven says, start bench Shell, Shaqiri, Mudryk or St. Maximin. Where is St. Maximin? Did he go to Saudi? I think he did, didn't he? 27. And he's in the Saudi Pro League. I'll sell Mudryk. I'll bench St. Maximin. And I'll start Shaqiri. Italy. No, easy for Switzerland. Too easy. 86 minutes. I don't think Italy ever believed. I just don't think they ever believed. They ever looked like they believed. They have been very disappointing. You know, sometimes football can be very predictable. We said that Switzerland really should win this game based on what we've seen in the tournament so far. And unless we're going to start to see the Italians go through a few gears, then Switzerland will deal with them quite comfortably. And deal with them quite comfortably they have. Good cross, that one, but there's no one there to get on the end of it for the Italians. Might have been a bit high, to be honest. Right. That's all set up. Lovely stuff. Okay. Yeah, live on the United Stand straight after this, talking about the breaking news about Manchester United in talks with De Ligt and what that means from Fabrizio Romano. Do you prefer De Ligt or Branthwaite at United, as Marcus? Well, I'll be talking about this at 7 o'clock. Of course, I'm back for Germany against Denmark on this channel as well. So a night of football, lovely stuff. And then I'm finishing it off, hopefully not with extra time and penalties for Germany-Denmark, but with a few cold ones watching cold play at Glastonbury, not Galatasaray. We've got a bit of time here, but it's going to be time added on. 30 seconds. Italy. Nice ball into that there, and Switzerland are just keeping hold of the ball here. It's over, says Sue. Ben Hop says it's the greatest shocker in the history. I don't think it is. I think if you watch football and see what the likes of Switzerland and Austria are doing with good coaching and players that are willing to play in a system, these big teams can't just... Only 2 minutes added on as well. Teams are just not rock. You know, you can't win on reputation anymore. Brighton have shown you that in the Premier League. You know, Villa have shown it as well. You can't win on reputation anymore in football, and I love it. You know, well-coached teams with players that are willing to work for the greater good will beat individual talent and big names. We've seen it with Man United. Look, maybe I understand this more than most. Man United fans will agree with me. Man United, as a reputational club, one of the biggest clubs in the world, has people been respecting us like that in the last 10 years? Multiple teams have played us off the park over the last 10 years because that's what it's all about. You know, teams don't play with fear anymore. They play with belief and togetherness and unity and structure and balance. And that's why Switzerland have done Italy. Which is why Southgate's stuck in the bloody 90s, because it's this obsession of putting his best players on the pitch but not going for balance. Phil Foden's not a left winger. You know, it's a problem. "2 minutes is criminal, though," says Red Hawk. In the Premier League, we'd probably get 12. You're right. But there's no way back for Italy. It's 2-0. There's 30 seconds to go and it's done. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. Absolute legends. Loved it. We're closing in on 190,000. Switzerland will go into the quarterfinals where they'll play most likely England next Saturday at 5 o'clock. They've got a week off now, Switzerland. They're an energetic team as it is. And with a week off, that's not going to deteriorate. How far can they go in this tournament? Well, I think it's going to depend on whether they can do it against England. Final whistle. Italy, the holders are gone. Switzerland are thoroughly... It was never in doubt. It was never in doubt. From the first minute to the last, they were the better side with the better system and the better structure and the better balance. And, you know, Italy, you see Bastoni on the floor there disappointed, but... there's no injustice. There's no, oh, what if? It was ridiculously one-sided. I mean, I enjoyed the game, but it was only enjoyable because Switzerland would be considered the traditional underdog, and they've dispatched with... I mean, look at the possession change in the second half. That's because in the second half, Switzerland have gone 2-0 up and said, there's the ball. But Italy have had one shot on target. You know, it's been a very, very clever performance from Switzerland, and they thoroughly deserved it. Anyway, we're back on this channel for the game at 8 o'clock. Join me for Germany, Denmark, Italy the first team to go home, Switzerland the first team to go through to the quarterfinals. But I'm on the United stand in 5 minutes, and I will be talking about this breaking news from Fabrizio Romano about talks with De Ligt to Manchester United. Masha says, big up United stand, and that's United, and that's football. Coffee Bridge bench though, juggled for a beat. Lady at 6 a.m. on Magaluf Strip, won a date next day in Parmanova Bar. 29 years going strong. What? Lady at 6 I don't know what that's all about, Masha. Look, sounds good. Magaluf Strip, 6 a.m. 6 a.m. See, Magaluf, sex comes out of my mouth. Right, I will see you on United stand in a few minutes. If you're not joining me there, we'll be back here in under an hour for Germany, Denmark. Loved that. See you in a bit.